Hi guys, it's Azrael, and today we're going to be reworking some perks in Dead by Daylight, specifically for survivors. A lot of these perks today are going to be pretty useless and rather never really seen perks, and I want to give them some new life. This will probably be a new series on my channel, and it'll continue with killers as well as other things in the game that I feel should be reworked. But for today, we're going to be starting with some useless survivor perks. And the first one we have here is Buckle Up. What Buckle Up does is it pretty much shows the person's aura for a 48-meter distance, and when you heal someone that is in a dying state, you get to see the killer for 10 seconds. This perk is never used, and I've never seen it ever be used in probably 2 years. My change with this would be when around the survivor that is down, there would be a passive 10% healing. So when you're in the area of the survivor, that it would start beginning to pick them up by themselves, even when they're moving. What this perk will do is it'll promote people to run around a down survivor and try to make the killer go after them instead. And with that little buff, it'll allow the survivor to be picked up earlier, as well as be picked up from the ground just by running around it. I think this would be a really cool idea and make this perk not necessarily a good perk, but a very niche one that could be really fun to use. The next one we have here is Calm Spirit. What Calm Spirit will do is allow survivors to not alert crows with a 20-meter radius as well as yours, so whoever's near you will not scream as well. I think this perk could be really good because sometimes crows are way too alertive, and so it can still also make other people want to run the perk as well because it just reduces them too. So I just think it would be a really cool idea that having this perk affect other people as well would be pretty cool, because I feel like it would be like a shared aura. So the next perk I want to rework is Distortion. Distortion's a decent perk, but I would want it to trigger way more often. The way I would do this is with this perk, it would start at 0. For every 45 seconds of chase, you will gain a stack, up to a maximum of 4 again. This is so that Lethal Pursuer can still work at the beginning of the game, but you can still gain stacks. And once you're out of stacks, I just feel like this perk is kind of useless and just not really fun to use in general. So I just really like the idea of rewarding someone who's good at chasing with not being able to be discovered again. Deja Vu is our next perk we're going to be working with. Deja Vu is a really weird perk that hasn't been changed in such a long time, and it just shows you the proximity of 3 generators at the start of the match, and I just feel like it's really outdated. But I would completely revamp this perk from the ground up. What I would change this perk to do is when you vault a window beforehand or in and during a chase, it'll give you a little buff every time you revault that window from 2, 3, and 4. Or when you're in chase, it'll apply for 60 seconds on one window. Vaulting this window will give you a successive speed burst by 2, 3, and 4. So if you slow vault first time, fast vault 3 more times after, you'll get successive speed on that window, which I think would be pretty cool for vault builds and stuff like that, and make this perk not as niche and just really fun to use. Metal Man is a really fun perk to run, but I feel like it could use a little bit of a buff as well. What I would give it is not necessarily anything special, but when you get hit, take a protection hit for someone, it'll make their cleaning the weapon animation a little bit longer by a half. I think it might be a 1 second, so it'd be 1.5 seconds, so it makes it harder for them to get to a hook if they're carrying someone, or it just makes them get away easier, which is just a pretty cool idea. The next perk is Off the Record. With off the Record, I feel like it doesn't serve the purpose of this perk quite well, and I would want to make it more thematically accurate. What I would do is when a killer is looking at you directly, it'll make your noises of pain and grunts of pain 50% quieter. But after every hook, killer sounds like footsteps and groans are now 10% louder for each hook you go off. So you can get a maximum of 20% increased sound for the killer. This could be very helpful for Spirit, like Demogorgon, or Nemesis, where you can hear the footsteps way better, which I think would be really cool. And so it's you're almost recording them or getting evidence off the killer. Our next perk is Pharmacy. Pharmacy will have its 80% faster chest searching speed as well as the other things, but the Pharmacy will now guarantee you a purple at the start, then go to green, and then go to yellow. And for each other successive ones, it'll go to brown and then just keep on going down. You will only get medkits. It'll promote less self-care use, as well as just using more niche perks as well, which I think would be pretty cool. Our 8th perk today of this video will be Poise. What Poise does is when you complete a generator, you will not make scratch marks for 10 seconds. I would like to rework this perk completely again, and what it would do is when you heal a survivor, you make no scratch marks for 7 seconds. So this can make you stay safe when you're going against like other killers, and just have it apply more times a match, because only when completing a generator is not very much. Our next perk is Premonition. Premonition will be a complete rework and apply to skill checks. What it will do is when you're doing an objective, which is a gen, healing, or a boon, or cleansing a totem, for 45 seconds of any of these kinds, it doesn't matter what, you'll gain a token of a maximum of 5. For each token you get, it'll increase your amount of skill checks so that you can get more skill checks for certain builds. I think this would be pretty cool because you're going to get a lot of synergies with different types of builds, such as autodidact and different types of generator perks. It'd just be really cool to see it getting more skill checks, and it also promotes doing more objectives. Our next perk is from Yunjin Lee herself, and what self-preservation will do is it'll have have an additional 24% for any special or basic attack. Your scratch marks, pools of blood, and grunts of pain are hidden for 10 seconds, which is perfectly fine, but it would also encompass the screams as well. But you cannot use this in chase, which is just a really cool idea, I feel. For our next perk, we will have Soul Survivor. This is another complete rework of a perk. For each killed or sacrificed survivor, you'll gain a token as well, but it'll not do anything about hiding your aura at all. What it will be doing is every time if you have an item in your hand, it'll give you more charges, and it can resurrect items. This can be, it starts at 33, then goes to 66, and then goes to 99. As well as gives you 15 seconds of the 5% haste stats effect. This will just promote you being able to get out way more when you have less people, as well as not just making it super annoying, because 15 seconds of 5% haste is you're still able to get hit. And most likely, if you are in this situation, the game is going pretty bad for you. And for our last perk, we have Wake Up. Wake Up will have its effect the exact same, which is to make you be able to find gates as well as open exit gates way quicker. But I feel like it should have an additional effect, like adrenaline. I find it weird that adrenaline can wake you up from sleep, so I would get rid of that from adrenaline and give it to this perk, as well as being able to cure the broken stats effect if you're at the end game. This perk could also apply to No Mither, which will make it really cool, as well as the mending stats effect, so you can get rid of all of those ones. This will be more thematically accurate to the movies, so because in the movie, whenever they get waken up from a dream, they feel it in real life, and so you'll only have the scars left. So that's why I wanted to make it more thematically accurate. I feel like many people don't realize how weird it is that adrenaline only can affect Freddy specifically, which is very fucking weird to me, and not Wake Up itself. I just want to show you just really quickly how dumb it is. You'll see it right here. Adrenaline will wake you up if you are asleep when it triggers. I don't know why Wake Up does not do this, since it's called Wake Up, but oh well. I just want to see Wake Up do that as well. And that's pretty much all. If you like this video, leave a like. Want more of this content, you can leave some comments in the comment section below, because I'll probably be going over 12 killer perks that I find useless. If you want to see more of this content in general, or me in general, you can subscribe, and yeah. See you guys later. Have a nice day.
Inside this place is warm, outside it starts to pour.